Uzbekistan's continuing reluctance to join the Eurasian Economic Union highlights the Central Asian nation's preference to keep Russia at arm's length. At the same time, deep economic ties, including a growing Uzbek dependency on Russian natural gas and Russia's status as Uzbekistan's largest export market, mean that Tashkent cannot afford to alienate the Kremlin. A similar dynamic is evident in debates over language. Last fall, Uzbek officials brushed off Russian complaints about an incident in which a teacher physically abused a student who asked the instructor to switch speaking from Uzbek to Russian. Now, another Uzbek-Russian language incident in Tashkent has local social media buzzing. But this episode is prompting a much different response from Uzbek officials, who seem intent on dodging a fresh tangle with Russia. Baristas at a hip Tashkent coffee shop were brewing controversy when they repeatedly addressed an Uzbek food vlogger in Russian, reigniting a fight over the language's use in Uzbekistan. When Kojiakbar Nosirov walked into a Bon cafe, an employee asked him in Russian what he wanted to order. He recounted in an Instagram video posted on April 2nd. "A small cappuccino," he responded in Russian. The employee then asked if he wanted to order anything else. At that point, Nosirov, who goes by the moniker activist online, switched to Uzbek to ask, "Ma'am, you're Uzbek?" She indicated she was. "I'm also Uzbek, you see that, right? Why are you talking with me in Russian?" Though the first worker did switch to Uzbek, later, other employees again addressed him in Russian, and Nosirov again requested they speak to him in Uzbek, he said in the video, reported by the Uzbek Gazeta newspaper. "We're in Uzbekistan, aren't we? You see that you and I are Uzbeks, right? Speak with me in Uzbek." "I'm not saying don't speak in Russian at all," he said he told the employees. A particularly prickly point raised by the video is Russia's continued strong presence in the commercial sphere. Nosirov questioned why businesses should require their workers to speak Russian when most Uzbeks speak Uzbek. The video quickly went viral and, in a few days, amassed 2.8 million views, 226,000 likes, and 24,000 comments, the overwhelming majority supportive of Nosirov and critical of the use of Russian, Gazeta reported. Nosirov promoted the hashtag Uzbekchagapir, or Speak in Uzbek, in a subsequent video, which also took off online. If you take out the emotion and aggression, the basic idea is that businesses need to make the official language a priority. And that's correct, linguist and government advisor Shanoza Soatova wrote on Telegram. The Bon Cafe chain, in a comment on Nosirov's video, promised to look into the incident and take measures to ensure it does not happen again. Debates over the role of Russian flair over and over in Uzbek society between those who see it as a vestige of the colonial past and those who believe it remains useful for business, education, and inter-ethnic communication. Russian lost official language status in Uzbekistan in 1995, and authorities have introduced extensive measures to promote the use of Uzbek. As a result, Russian's use is much less widespread in Uzbekistan than in neighboring Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan.